Hello and welcome to my channel Inspo Vibes with SK. Oh, with a lot of festivities round the corner, I wish you all a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and an amazing 2021. May it be full of power, happiness, more strength to each one of you, and a lot of inspiration every day. So, I had this very interesting experience last week when I went to see the dentist. I was just waiting outside for my turn, and I happened to overhear a conversation with this boy who was sitting next to me. Seemed to be about 22-year-old guy, and he was on the phone. I guessed from his responses and from the way he was speaking that it was his girlfriend, and they seemed to be having a difference of opinion. He was trying to convince her of his point of view, and I'm guessing she was trying to explain her side of the story. They went on for maybe about 5 to 7 minutes with neither of them successfully convincing the other person. And this guy's patience started to drop and his anger started to rise. And finally, I think he cut the call in frustration. And I think after that he realized that there was someone next to him who probably had witnessed the whole story. So he looked at me, gave a sheepish smile, and said, "Did it ever happen with you that you tried to explain your point of view to someone whom you care about so much, and the other person is so stubborn and not listening, not willing to see your perspective?" And I said, "Yeah, bro, it happens all the time to all of us." Why? Because all of us are individuals. What does that mean? Every individual will have individual thoughts, a point of view, and our point of view and our belief is born out of our experiences, our upbringing, our family, our environment over the years. The more we grow in life, the more we get stuck and rigid to our own point of view. And most of us feel if we love someone, then that person has to agree to anything and everything that we say or we believe in. The moment there is a different perspective or a point of view, we feel uncomfortable and we feel, oh, this person doesn't love me. That's why they don't agree with me. So I think somewhere this boy understood what I was saying and he said, "You think she'll come around to seeing that in spite of our differences, I love her?" I wanted to give him a hug there because he looked so vulnerable at the time, but I just held his hand and said, "Yes, bro, I'm sure she will. Just give her some time. And in the meantime, why don't you also look and see? Probably she also has some valid argument to support her point of view. You walk a few steps, she walks a few steps. I'm sure you guys will travel together happily." Before I could say anything else, the assistant called out my name and I went in for my appointment. When I came out, the boy had left already, so I think that's where our conversation ended. But that started me thinking. Most of the time, most of us get into these spots at least couple of times on a daily basis. Be it our bosses, be it our colleagues, be it our friends, be it our family, be it our employees, anywhere and everywhere, wherever we get an opportunity, we want to tell what's our opinion and what we believe is right. And when someone does not agree with it or someone doesn't do things that we want them to do, it hurts us. It hurts our ego. Why? Because we are so possessive of our relationships. We are so possessive and stuck in our perspective and opinions that we believe we are right, and all those who love us by default have to agree to it simply to prove to us that they love us. So this brought me to the thought that when we talk of this love, one of the elements of pure true love is Upeksha. Upeksha, a Sanskrit word which basically means level headedness, even mindedness, and the ability of remaining detached while in an attachment. Wow, remaining detached while in an attachment? Net, what I'm trying to say is it's the ability to let go of these little things, our opinions, our beliefs, what we think is right and what we think should happen and what should be done, and the decision that we have taken should be upheld by all. When we learn to let go of this and not make it a matter of ego and judge the other person that if they do this, then only they love us, if they agree with us, then only it's an evidence that they love us, that letting go and that state of being is Upeksha. How does that help us? Upeksha helps us to live a more heartful life, a more fulfilling life, a more even, peaceful state of mind. So this even-mindedness, it grows into us and becomes like our second nature. Basically, it helps us to look at every situation in an even way, agreeing and accepting the basic premise that there will be always two sides to the coin. There will always be two perspectives and 2 points of view to everything. And it's not that our perspective or our point of view is the only one and that's the only right one, right? So when we elevate ourselves to that space where we can look at both sides of the coin, where we can have our own opinion and yet be mindful that there can be another perspective which may also be correct, that is what brings us to living a life of Upeksha, where we are attached. We are attached to the people, to the things, to situation, to this world, our environment, yet we remain detached in the sense we don't take it on our ego. We don't get too possessive about the people that we love. We don't get too possessive about our relationships and that they should always agree with us. Okay, something similar is what Guru Nanak said in the Guru Granth Sahib when he said, Anjan Mahe Niranjan Rahiye. Means you live in your environment, you are part of this universe, you are born here and you have to be here till you are meant to be. However, do not get so caught up and engrossed in this that you forget that this is transient. So you live here, you make your attachments, you get connected to people in relationships around you. However, a small element inside you should always remain detached, knowing this is all transient. One day it's gonna end. When you remain that little detached from all attachments, then this pain of people disagreeing with us, this pain of our ego getting crushed will not be there. So you will start living a life of more fulfillment, a life of more power to you, more control, more equanimity, so to say. But be careful, my friends, when you start practicing this upeksha in your life, in your attitude towards life, and in the way you live life, there's a very thin borderline where it might just go on the other side, which is called indifference. Indifference is when you say, I don't give a damn. I don't care. This is my perspective. This is my point of view. This is who I am. This is how I am. And I'm going to be like this. I will live like this. Whether it hurts the other person, whether it impacts them negatively, whether it's giving stress to the people who love you, I don't care. This is who I am and this is how I'm going to be. So that rigidity, that obstinacy of holding on to your perspective, not thinking that there is another perspective which could be equally correct, or people have a right to their own perspective, that is indifference, where we are insensitive to the responses and emotions of the people around us who love us so much. Wow. So that's what I wanted to say, that as we move into the new year, as we look back on the year that was 2020, let's look at how we have been in our relationships, how we have been in our approach to love, to being possessive, to having our own point of view. Is there an opportunity to improve and be better? If you think Upeksha makes sense to you, take baby steps to start looking at yourself. Where are these situations and relationships and people where you get stuck, and why? You will realize that most of the time where you're getting stuck is where you believe there is only one perspective and that's yours and that's right. The moment you shift your perspective, you will start seeing the other person's point of view, and innumerable possibilities of better relationships, stronger relationships, happier state of being will open up. So this is it for this session. Keep watching. If this video makes some sense to you, don't forget to hit the like button and click on the bell icon if you have not subscribed to my channel already. Do leave your comments if you have your thoughts on Upeksha and any experiences that you want to share. Till we meet again next Wednesday with yet another story, this is SK signing off. You take care, be safe, Merry Christmas, adios, and bye bye.